Come on, get them shackles off him. Poor sod can't eat proper.
Dunno, not sure I like that. What if he runs for it?
Ah, bollocks. Been holding him a week, hasn't tried a thing. Why he up and bolt now? Matter of fact, got to thinking. What did a sweet, gentle chap like him do to get the Queen of Zerrikania so riled?
She's a shrew, that's what. Queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her. What do you say to one more of your tales? While we toss down some cards.
Ah, why not? And since you mentioned one queen...
Alright, so as you can see, we are going to go ahead and jump into Thronebreaker. It's a Witcher Tales. This is I guess a different take on an RPG. It's from the creators of The Witcher 3, CD Projekt Red. It did come out on 2018. So if you guys would like to play this game, I'll leave the link down below. Let's go ahead and jump into it and see how we go. We're going to go ahead and start a new game. And we're going to go... for players familiar with Gwent and ready to put their skills to the test, we'll do Battle Hard. And look, choose a slot to start a new game. So I did come in and get the settings correct, so that's why you've seen those other two. I think I may have played this maybe just to test it out, but...
The year 1267.
See how it goes.
Hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Meve, queen of the twin realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was, not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? As the Queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Meve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms.
Prince Willem?
Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and chafed from a rough.
Hail, Your Majesty. Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
Yes, at its end, letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value. That will suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Indeed, Your Grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so.
He actually said, ahem.
The strays of Sparla, the bandits, I was to tend to during Your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
Ahem. Let's see. This is disappointing.
I deliberated. Wasn't at all certain in giving you the task. I knew you to be an equally good strategist as I am a shepherdess. So my intuition said no. Yet Reynard interceded on your behalf. Your Grace, they're common bandits, while the Count will have a host of men-at-arms to command. Next time, I shall trust my gut. All right, speak. What has happened? Be precise.
As Your Grace ordained. I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the strays' camp in the forest near Locheren. We waited for nightfall, to surprise them as they slept. Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty, straw-stuffed dummies round the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the strays had snuck away, rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
I beg your pardon, my lord.
The tax collectors. That is where they station.
So the gold? All of it?
It's stolen, Your Grace. But I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow. If it be Your Grace's wish.
Nah,
After
bro.
weeks in the saddle, your Grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You... send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it. Do you see now, Reynard? I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't ready in the least to rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes. And very little time.
Alright, it says, welcome to Thronebreaker. It says, before embarking on your adventure, you should get acquainted with the basic game mechanics. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. You can control your character using the left mouse button, follow the cobblestone road to reach the next stage in your journey. It says you will expand your army throughout the game, but do so, you must collect the following types of resources: gold, wood, and recruits. While on the road, you can find useful items and even new companions who will support you in battle. If you don't want to miss anything, be sure to thoroughly explore the map and complete side quests. Okay. Let me see this again. Oh, okay. So I guess it'll show me something.
Oh, thought it were bandits riding in. Milk. They stretched her over a fire till she told them where she buried her gold. Rather die than tell him she would. But I know where she kept it. Sit tight. Sketch it out for you.
Alright, so we got some trees, and it says, congratulations, you found the treasure map. Search the area. You may just find the secret location marked with an X on the map. So we got like a little thing, a building, a ridge, and some trees. Okay, let's see.
The strays, they're called, Your Majesty, because they bite something nasty and bay as if by the moon possessed.
Check around here, see if this guy, there we go. An obstacle blocks your path. To remove it, you will need to spend some of your resources. Issue access to the soldiers and put them to work. Ta-da! Look at that. Congratulations, you discovered a card that can be used in Gwent. Alright, we got a nice little card right there. So I guess we'll be playing Gwent a lot in this. Most interaction objects are marked clearly on your map, but not all. Some events cannot be predicted, so you best prepare for anything.
Count Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty! Bandits! There! At the tree line!
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meve charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
Okay, we're getting to a fight. I said she was convinced the bandits would flee to the cover of the forest upon realizing their grave mistake. After all, no ordinary bandit would dare attack the retinue of a queen. Yet the strays of Spala were of a different breed. They held nothing sacred. That's a key battle in Meve's story. Unique cards may appear. Custom deck. Let's go. Okay, so the fights are Gwent. This is the battlefield. You will play your cards on the bottom half of your opponent will play. All right, let's go. Let's get it. Units can be played on 1 or 2 rows, melee or range, but remember the abilities. Some cards may be different depending on the row you play them. A standard battle can last up to 3 rounds. The first to win 2 rounds wins the whole match. Players alternate their turns. During their turn, you can play only 1 card, but you can use any number of abilities. The player who goes first in the match is the same who initiated the battle. In this case, you encountered an ambush, so your opponent will have the first turn. All right, let's see what you got, son. What did you just
To
throw?
attack the Queen? An outrage!
It says the strength of the unit can play adds to your army's total strength. Let's go with that. The player whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round will win the round. Some units have armor. Armor absorbs certain amounts of damage dealt to the unit.
Your Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
It says most cards have an ability of some kind. To learn more about it, select the card and read its short description. Additional information will appear if you right-click on the card.
Salt of the earth, they are, Your Grace. They'd follow you into fire. You need simply say the word.
It says Scythemen have a loyal ability. This means that their other abilities are activated every time you use Meve's ability. Each leader has its own unique ability. To learn what it is, just select the leader. Meve's ability allows her to boost a unit's strength and add armor to it. She can use this ability once every 2 turns. To use her ability, first select her and then select one of your units.
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs!
It says you can't. Okay, we got to end the turn.
We'll catch 'em all!
Play any card. Do I have to play anything?
Look out! Seek cover! We are bombarded!
This is your opponent's cards also have abilities. Be sure to read the descriptions carefully and adapt your strategy accordingly. All right.
Keep calm. The strays took tail and run. Yes! Our victory is assured! Sound the horns! May they sing praises of this triumph for ages!
To end the last turn of a round, press the coin button. The player whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round will win the round. In the event of a tie, both players will receive a victory point.
The battle's not yet done.
Hey, get
It's
him out of
better
here.
to conserve our strength. Prepare for a strike that will prove decisive. Battle formation! Protect the Queen!
One bullet's all I
the white of an eye from half a league away.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
The chase is on!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Quicker they are, easier they are to target.
You won 2 rounds in a row, which means you are the battle's victor. Yes, sir.
I congratulate you on your latest victory, Your Grace. The bandits stood not a chance.
Matters seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Meve said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road afore.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell. We must put things right. Come!
The Queen's retinue set out, cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
I do adore this prospect.
Yes. Lyria, the Pearl of the North. With its hills and dales. Why, its beauty matched only by that of its queen.
After 3 weeks in the saddle, I've my doubts, Count. We shall pitch camp here. Our soldiers need respite. A spell of it they deserve.
To survey your army, you must first pitch camp. So we got to click this. Got you. It says camp buildings allow you to expand your army and give you access to important information. Most camp buildings can be improved. In your workshop, these improvements will give you access to stronger units, thus easing your journey down the line. Enter the workshop. It says you can check your main objectives and official correspondence here. It says here, okay. Here you can build and improve camp buildings. To improve camp buildings, you must first collect the appropriate quantity of gold and wood. For your journey, you'll definitely need to access the regional map, but to get it, you'll first need to improve your royal tent. Upgrade the royal tent to level 2. Thanks to this importance, as you now have access to the regional map, which you can open from the main game screen. The workshop itself can also be improved. With each subsequent improvement, you will gain access to new, stronger units. Oh, okay, this is our army. In the command tent, you can create units and build your army from available cards. Improving this building will increase your army's recruit cap, allowing you to use stronger units. The cards currently in your deck are displayed on the left-hand side. All cards available for you to create and place in your deck are displayed in the main screen. You can gain access to new cards by upgrading your training grounds and workshop, as well as through certain story-related tasks. Grayed out cards are available but have not yet been created. You must first create them before you can include them in your deck. It must contain a minimum of 25 cards while not exceeding your army's recruit cap. Your recruit cap sits at 125. It says to create new cards, you need a particular resource recruits. You gain recruits at conscription posts, which are marked on the map with a helmet icon, as well as through certain level related tasks. We got 49. You received additional resources to recruit a Wagenberg card. Right click now on the Wagenberg to preview and recruit it. So the Wagenberg is a machine field support. It says it damages all units On an enemy roll by the unit's armor amount, then they lose all the armor. You gain 1 armor whenever a card appears on its row. An ability is triggered manually by the player. Units with order cannot be used for 1 turn after being placed on the battlefield, whereas artifacts can be used immediately. They absorb a given amount of damage. Okay. It says you received additional resources to recruit, so we did that. Recruit. It says, are you sure you wish to recruit this in your army? Yes. I'll add it to my deck. Do we add it? Okay. It says that you can now view and create new cards or return to the main game screen to continue your journey. I think we're maxed out, so we're good. So we got to go back. It says you can now take a look at your other camp buildings to familiarize yourself with their functions, or you can return to the main game screen to continue your journey. I want to look at this. Increase the number of trinkets she can equip. That'll take up all our money though. Continue. In the royal tent, you can view the letters and maps you received so far, as well as keys and card fragments. The royal tent screen can also be accessed from the main game screen by pressing the knapsack icon. It says, Your Highness, artisans of the Gradabor have prepared a new tapestry pattern for the throne room. I've included an engraving of the design. You will be pleased with it. I hope a Centurion lion inherited from King Corum. It says, I bear fangs for stunning realism. An ancestral sword of the Dalens of Temeria appears as if it's forged in the very depths of Macklem. I have no doubt it shall prove the castle's latest masterpiece. We eagerly await your return, my sweet lady. Dang, I added that. Alright, he says, you have my gratitude for attending the summit. That says, come what may, remember you may have my full unconditional support. Okay. Check these reports. Strengthening the border forces. Clear bolder and calmer bandits. Attack heavily armed convoys. Smelka's map. We don't have any keys, no card fragments. That says you can talk with your companions in the mess tent, give them a little bit of your time, and you may just learn a secret or two. Alright, let's talk to the homie.
A bit of respite, Reynard?
Yes. But if you've any new orders, Your Grace, I can be ready at any...
At ease, Reynard. At ease.
Willem is not suited to be king. It's not wearisome sitting alone?
Don't you find it wearisome sitting alone? Wouldn't you prefer another's company? Swapping tales with the innkeep, even?
Your concern, I most appreciate, Your Grace. But I prefer silence.
Has it always been thus with you? Ever a man apart?
Quite the contrary, Your Grace. As a youth, I gloried in company, delighted in conversation.
So what was it that changed you?
That delight nearly cost me my head. But do you truly not know the tale, my lady? How I came to be your departed husband's aide?
I don't, but would gladly hear it.
I had but 20 winters behind me when I enlisted. Yet I was granted the rank of lieutenant from the start, not by merit, but by birth. The respect of veteran officers, both my peers and seniors, that they could not grant. Nor did I deserve it. To earn that respect became my driving aim. And to seem wise beyond my years, I began spouting off about the king's decisions. This maneuver Reginald botched, that he failed to think through, and yet elsewhere he'd blundered like a schoolboy.
For Reginald to err wasn't unheard of.
Talk of that nature could only ever result in misfortune.
It was not long before I was clanking about in shackles. Another officer had reported me. I was charged with lèse majesté. The court-martial took but a quarter of an hour to deliver verdict and sentence. I was guilty of treason, and the noose awaited me. But Reginald first stayed the execution, then ordered that I repeat every word I'd uttered about his person or deeds. Soaked with sweat, my voice cracking, I did as he ordained. Reginald listened, raptly and silently, and when I'd finished, he declared I was right. He then appointed me his personal aide. A clever lad like you, I can always use at my side.
Indeed. Though hardly sharp himself, wisdom in others Reginald both recognized and heeded.
It was then I swore two things. Firstly, never again to wag my tongue like a fool. Secondly, never to betray his trust.
And you never did. Know what he told me moments before he passed? Trust none of them, Meve, save Reynard. The old sod was right about that, at least. I thank you for sharing that tale, Reynard. Truly.
Let's talk about Willem.
I've come to fear Willem might simply not be cut out to be a king, let alone a good one.
A harsh judgment, Your Grace. Let's not be hasty. The prince is but 16 summers to him.
And is thus fully grown. The crown he should be able to bear at his age. Yet I left the land in his care for but a few months, and look what's become of it. Bandits roam and loot unchecked.
We might yet learn of mitigating circumstances, events beyond his control.
Would that it were so, Reynard. Would that it were so. Elsewise we must hope Ancaeus will demonstrate more wit than his brother. Though I see little chance of that either.
Alright, we out of here.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Let's see what you're talking about, Grey Rider. Statistics. We've been on here 25, okay. So what is this guy? Is this a stat keeper? I probably should have did this, upgraded my workshop, dummy. What did I do? I spent it all on some freaking trinkets. Okay, whatever. We'll fix it on the next one. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and stop right here. So if you guys did like this content, please hit the like, share the video, subscribe. I do appreciate all the comments that you guys have been dropping on the last few videos. Let me know what you think about the game. Is there any good cards I should be looking forward to? And if you have played this, let me know how it goes. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.